to Real Talk with INCODA. I'm India Wilson. We're here at the XPS Small Press Expo. I'm here with Mark. He's the editor of Magic Bullet, and he's going to share some of the information about his magazine and the collective work that he's doing here in the DMV area.
Hello, I'm Mark Lindblom.
Jake Warrenfeltz.
I'm Eric Gordon.
Steve Loya.
And could you share with us some of the collective work that you guys are doing and your position, your role within Magic?
Definitely. So the name of the cartooning group is called DC Conspiracy, and we're a collective, which means there's no president, no roles. We all kind of fill in where we need to. I'm currently the editor for the Magic Bullet comics newspaper, which comes out twice a year. But the role is shared by all of us with local cartoonists. Someone else will take over the role. But I edit, I cartoon, I make submissions, and what would you say your role is in the group?
We all try and contribute artwork and writing and support for one another as independent illustrators and cartoonists. Some of us writing in collaboration with another artist. And so the roles are a lot of the time it's about just being supportive of one another and making sure that we're making aware opportunities and events and things like that that we can share together.
Yeah, so I do something called splotch monsters, and they start out as little watercolor paint splotches. And what happens is, turn them into little characters and create stories. So it's kind of a take on cartooning and comics, but a little bit different. So we all have kind of different approaches to cartooning and comics making. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm working on a book over here called Uneasy, Weasel. It's like an anthology series, like some like stock artwork and different kinds of stories like espionage and intrigue and stuff like that.
Do you do the artwork yourself?
I do the artwork and I write it myself. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
I try to do everything practically instead of digitally. So like this is all done with done by hand, like watercolors and.
So that must take a lot of time. Where did you get your inspiration and the patience to be so detailed?
Well, I have a day job for sure, but this is the only thing I've ever wanted to do with my life. Making comic books. So it's really like easy for me to find the inspiration to keep moving and to find time to spend time in my studio at home.
Where can we find your work at? Where can our audience find your work?
Right now, it's just available here at conventions, but I'm hoping to get it into local comic stores soon and to set up a website that we can buy it.
You can pretty much come to different events like SPX. Okay. And where can we find your work at?
It's called Splotch Monster Island. You can find it on Instagram and Facebook.
Could you spell that?
Yeah, SPLOTCHMONSTERISLAND.
Okay, thank you very much. And what inspired you all to come together as a group? Were you friends or did you meet online?
Many years ago, I think in 2004, 2005, it was like a meetup group of just trying to get local comics and cartoon artists together and just talk about ideas. And it has since expanded into a much bigger group, and a lot of us have stayed in touch and continue to get together and make comics and art. So, yeah, it just started out very small with, I think the first meeting we had 6 people, and every month it would get larger and larger. So, yeah, we 20 years later, we're still doing it. So.
And what inspires you to keep active and being a part of the group? What motivates you the most to stay with this collective group and to keep continuing focusing on your skills?
That's a great question. I think the thing that really helps a lot is that this is a really inspiring group of creators, and I'm just, honored to be amongst them, and it's just so much fun to get to share in not just the events, but also to work on books together. And we've been doing this for a little while, and it's really enriching. I learn a lot from the other artists in the group, and I'd like to think that I'm able to also provide opportunities to some of the other members of the group to be in my books, and we just try to put our collective visions out there to just lift up each other. So it's inspiring. It's great to be part of a collective of really honorable, hardworking artists.
Yeah, it looks that way. And do you have a website where our viewers can connect with your work at?
Sure. My work is mostly on dccreepers.com, and then I think there's a pretty good amount of it on Instagram and things like that. DC Creeper. That's the handle I go by. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I want to give one last person. This is Evan, and he does a lot of DC punk themed stuff. So I want to kind of promote his stuff because it's very cool. Introduce yourself.
How are you? Good. I'm Evan Keeling. I do comics and workshops. I also do a lot of comics about the history of the DC punk scene. So through interviews and research and stuff like that. So.
And is that some of your work?
Yes. This is a comic I made about the band Fugazi, and put together with their editorial input during it.
And do you do your own artwork?
Yes.
Okay, and you're also the writer?
Yes.
Oh, wow, so you do it all.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to create, your own?
Some of it was an interest in finding out the stories about these bands that I enjoyed so much, and I love sort of history and interpreting history for comics because I find it such a good medium to tell these stories, because it's sometimes it's a better sort of inroad for somebody to find out about something rather than getting a large volume book about it. They can sort of get a little bit of hints. I've done work for the Smithsonian, making little comics about science or history or stuff like that, and those are like little bite-sized things to get people interested, that will get sort of a sense about the story, and then maybe go later and research it more and stuff like that.
Okay, are you self-taught, or did you go to school to create your artwork?
I went to school for graphic design, but as far as doing comics, I'm largely self-taught with that. The writing has been picked up over years. I'm one of the co-founders of the DC Conspiracy, and having the input of having so many artists and writers to work with and spend time with over like the last 20 or so years has really helped hone my skills for writing and drawing.
And you're also stationed in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area?
Yes.
And what's your website?
I don't currently have a website, but I can be found on Instagram at @Keeling, Keeling.
Okay.
It is available through me. It's still in the process of figuring out the distribution for it.
Okay, and so when will we be looking forward to that? This year?
Hopefully, yes.
Okay, and how did you come up with this particular cover? What inspired you for this cover?
Well, I originally had done one where I painted this cover like this, and then I adjusted the comic and felt I needed to make it different than the original one when I did the cover, so I sort of redid this, and the red is inspired by the first album of this band. Fugazi was just an all red cover.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Remember, you can get your copy of INCODA Management Magazine, INCODA Travel Magazine, and INCODA Photography Magazine at major online bookstores. Explore amazing content that inspires your journey.